2, 1.
Hey everybody, Chris Customotter here. I've been living an exceptional life with Parkinson's for the past 14 years. Now, do you have problems with rigidity and stiffness, but you think exercise isn't for you? Well, today we're going to bust some myths and talk about 10 exercises that you can do anywhere, anytime, whether you're at home, whether you're traveling, or whether you have just a limited space like you see that I have here today. Now, why is exercise important? Because it's going to help us with our strength, our balance, our flexibility, and our cardio. All those things are important in helping us live a great quality of life. Now, before we dive in, I would just want to go over a disclaimer, and I want you to make sure that before you start any exercise program, that you review it with your healthcare professional to make sure that it fits into your treatment plan and it's appropriate for your stage of Parkinson's. So prior to doing any type of exercise, make sure that you review that with your doctor to get their approval first. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, let's start out with a warm-up. You should always start out to make your body ready to go for the exercises that you're going to be doing. So let's start out real quickly with, and we'll spend about a minute doing this, where we're going to do some side steps and bring our arms up to help us loosen up. And we're going to do that for about 30 seconds. And then we're going to reach up to help loosen up our shoulders. And then let's do some reach across to help loosen up our back as well. And we're going to do that for about a minute to 2 minutes, and you decide on how much time that you have to do that. Now, we're going to be talking about 4 different types of exercise: cardio, strength, flexibility, and balance. And we'll start out with cardio. The first one I'd like to talk about is marching in place. Now, ideally what you'd like to do is be able to lift your knee parallel with your hips. So we're going to march in place. Now, if you're unable to march in place without holding on to something, it's perfectly acceptable to hold on to a counter like you see me doing here, a wall, or a chair. Okay, so you want to lift your knees up as high as you can and march as fast as you can, because you're trying to get your heart rate up, because we're working on our strength in our heart and our lungs. Now, all these exercises have modifications. So if you can't lift your knee up very high, it's perfectly acceptable to lift it up as high as you can. So maybe you can only get your foot an inch off the ground. That's not a problem. Or if you have difficulty where you can't even lift your foot off the ground, even holding something, it's okay just to lift so that your toe is touching and you're alternating your knees back and forth. But make sure that if you need to, you're holding on to something. Now, as you progress and you can let go, then you can, but it's going to take some time. So I would highly suggest that you always start out holding on to a chair or a counter or a wall. That's going to help you with that. Now, the second exercise, again, is hold on to something if you need it, but we're going to do some side steps. So we're going to be doing some modified jumping jacks. So instead of doing jumping jacks where we pour our hands up over our head, we're going to step to the side and bring our arms across. Okay, so we're going to step, 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 step. Now, again, if you can't do that, what you can do is hold on to a counter or chair and then step out with your foot and bring it back, and then do the same thing on the other side. Now, if you have trouble even stepping out too far, it's okay just to slide your foot out as far as you can. Okay? So there's all kinds of modifications you can do. Do the things that are going to help you. And again, if you need assistance, seek the help of either a certified personal trainer or a physical therapist to help you out as well. But so the side steps, again, we can step out to the side, but eventually, hopefully you can progress to where you can step and move your arms out. But again, hold on, step, or hold on, slide. Okay, that modification's there. Okay, now that is our cardio. Now let's talk a little bit about strength. Now, a lot of times if you're traveling and you say, I don't want to get out of the fitness center because there's too many people down there, but I want to make sure I keep my muscle tone. So you can use common household items, and if you're at a hotel or even if you're at home, you can use cans. So we're gonna do a couple different exercises, and I'm actually gonna use water bottles. And the first exercise we're gonna do is bicep curls. So what we're gonna do is come up and then slowly bring it down. So we're gonna do 2 sets of 20 of the bicep curls. All right, now if you need modification and you can't do 2 at a time, it's okay to hold on and do 1 arm at a time, and then switch and hold on and do the second side. All right, now that's our bicep curls. Now another exercise, I'm going to turn to the side here so you can see it, is our tricep extensions. And what we're going to do is bend over, and we're going to keep our elbows in, and we're just going to bring the water bottles back and straighten our arms, and then bring them back, straighten, bring our arm back and straighten. Now again, if you need assistance, you can put your hand on the wall or a hand on the chair to give you balance, and we're going to stretch back and bring it in. All right, so that is our triceps. And then the third one is chair squats. And I have my trusty chair here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my feet shoulder width apart, but I want to make sure that I keep all my weight in my heels. We don't want to lean over and fall forward. And again, if you need assistance, you can do these by holding onto a counter or the wall or another chair as you do these. But what you want to do is be able to go down, touch the chair, and then come up. Again, all my weight's in my heels so that I'm not leaning forward, okay? And we want to do 2 sets of 15 of those. Now, if you need some modifications, one thing you can do is hold on to the back of the chair, and again, bend down as far as you possibly can. But again, make sure that you keep your weight in your heels, down and up, all right? So that's chair squats. Now, moving on then to our third category, which is flexibility. And we're gonna look at 2 different kinds of exercises here. And the first one is shoulder stretch. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our right arm, and you can do this in a seated position as well. You don't have to be standing for this. And you're gonna reach across your body, and make sure you're not grabbing at the elbow joint. You wanna try to be here in the meaty part of the arm, and you wanna reach over and stretch your shoulder as far as you possibly can. All right? And then you're gonna repeat on the other side, and you're gonna hold that for 30 seconds, and you're gonna do each side twice. Now, one of the problems people have with Parkinson's is a lot of times our shoulders and our chest starts to roll forward. So we wanna work on making sure that we stretch our chest out. And one of the ways that we can do that is simply by standing and then bending down and then opening our arms and reaching back as far as we possibly can. And we want to do 2 sets of at least 15. So it's bringing back and reaching and stretching. All right. Now again, if you have balance issues, you can hold on to the chair and do 1 side at a time, and that's not a problem. And if you can only go so far, because I have shoulder problems myself, and I recently just finished physical therapy, but before that, I could only reach a certain point. So don't feel bad if you can't reach all the way behind you. All right, so there are 2 examples of flexibility exercises that you can do at home or away. And then the final one is balance. And I have 2 exercises that I do every day that are going to help me with my balance. The first one is I stand holding on to either a chair or the counter or the wall, and I'm gonna take my foot and I'm gonna lift it up, and I'm gonna step forward without touching down, out to the side without touching down, and then go back without touching down. So again, that's forward, to the side, and back without touching down. Now, if you're unable to do that without putting your foot down, it's okay to put your foot down and touch, put your foot down and touch, and put your foot down and touch. If that's even too difficult, you can slide your foot forward a little bit, slide your foot to the side, and then slide your foot back. So and then I do the same thing for the left foot. And those are exercises that I do every day to help me with my balance. And another one is heel toe. And you can do that by holding onto the wall or having a walking stick, a cane or a pole, and it's just putting one foot in front of the other. And as they say on the one Christmas song, one foot in front of the other, and pretty soon you're walking across the floor. So if you can't do that, that's, you can modify it just to move your foot to the side. But ideally, if you can, holding onto the wall, just one foot in front of the other. And with all your balance exercises, it's key that you pick something that's stationary and just focus on that, because when you're looking at things, you start to lose your balance. All right, so those are 10 exercises that you can do it anywhere at any time. And again, you can see I'm here in a little small area, so it doesn't have to be a big gym or a lot of space. And what I'd like you to do is, your call to action is going to be pick 2 to 3 exercises. And what I would do is try to pick at least one from each category and focus on that and then build on that. So let's say you're pressed for time and you don't have a lot of time. You may say, all right, today I'm just going to focus on cardio, and tomorrow I'm going to do strength and balance. But my suggestion would be to try to do balance every day, because you want to prevent falls, because falls are what's going to cause injury and put us in the hospital or in a nursing or a rehabilitation center. So it's important that you do balance exercises every day, and you want to try to do cardio as much as possible too. But if you can and you're limited on time, try to do cardio and balance, and then 2 to 3 days a week do the strength and flexibility. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button and the like button if you like this video. And I would like you to, again, subscribe. What we're trying to do is create this community of people that can share their success stories and help to motivate each other, because the mission of this channel is to help as many people as possible live a great quality life with Parkinson's. Again, I thank you for tuning in, and please hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you on future videos. Thanks.